KA33 Faction War. This is Estia Province and Tyranids versus Chaos. For the blue Tyranid team, we have two Hive Tyrants first up, Hiveminion, and we also have Floid. These guys are big stumpy fellas that walk through objects and cannot be suppressed on powerful offense. Disruption and support begin in melee combat with a basic synapse. Alongside Ace of Swords as a Ravener Alpha tunneling commander with awesome mobility, some powerful offense, and a bit of support about him too. Begins in range combat, but can get melee weapons. Where the hell is his tunnel exit? There's the start of it. Where did he go? Well, that's weird. For the red Chaos team, we have two Plague Champions. First up is Freeman, and we also have Pibb. These guys start in range combat with the damage of a Tone Bolter, but can get to melee weapons. Some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but are very slow. And rounding off the Chaos team is Adila's Chaos Lord. Durable and destructive commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed on powerful offense and disruption. Fights mainly in melee combat, and he could do a hell of a lot of work with his combi flamer. We'll see how quickly he can get that thing up. This is for all the marbles then. If Tyranids take out Chaos, they have cleaned out all of the factions, beaten Eldar twice in fact. So we'll see how they do. Chaos historically, I seem to recall not doing too well in faction wars in general. I seem to recall a 3-0 loss to Imperial Guard a while back. They lost to Space Marines in 2015 and in 2016, though so did pretty much everyone. But we'll see how they do here against the Tyranids. Have a lot of stuff they can do, of course. Don't have a huge amount of cross-team synergy, but very powerful individually in terms of offense and have some nasty abilities. Plague Champion especially. Access to a lot of things that can be rough on Tyranids, especially in the openings of Tier 1. Touch of Nurgle, Black Grenades. Icon of Nurgle in Tier 2 can do a lot for you too. Touch of Nurgle currently is actually bugged when used on Heretics, doing way more damage than intended. 3 times as much damage, I believe. Holy crap, what is that? Pibb trying to Doom Blast some Spore Mines. Massive mistake, and goes down on retreat there. We'll have to replace them. Going straight into Noise Marines, it seems, off of the CSM. Double CSM for both Freeman and Adila. As I was saying, I did not specify to the players that they can't use Touch of Nurgle on a Heretic, since that's a big blow to your tools if you suddenly can't use it. But we'll see how it goes. Tyranids might need to be very, very hyper aware of Heretics getting in their face, controlled by a Plague Champion. Some Nurgle worship over here for Freeman up against Hiveminion's Hive Tyrant. Can he get that VP? I'm guessing he can. Barb Strangler Warriors here very quickly from Hiveminion, and it's a really good choice against double CSM and Heretics. Some Havocs on the way for Freeman. Havoc's already on the field for Adila. I'm guessing his next purchase is going to be that Combi Flame. Can do so much for you from range, help you level up your Chaos Lord too. Really help you out when you're trying to chase things around, especially with these really annoying crippling poison termagants. Approach play always important, of course. Tyranids can really stagger your approach play a lot with their clip and poison, and these Barb Stranglers. There's Noise Marines doing their thing. Awesome unit, love these guys. There's a Cacophony going off. Their Sonic Blaster doing some really good flame type damage and shutting down range weaponry. Really fun unit, but forced off there by a Barb Strangler. These guys not in cover here. This is Wordbearer's DLC from Pibb, by the way. Looking pretty cool with that parchment all over their power armor. I'm guessing it's like human skin or something heinous. Havoc's doing their thing on this west side. Need to push up a little bit, I think. We do have some grenade launcher Heretics too, to disrupt maybe a blob of termagants and that kind of thing. 1-to-1 cap. Chaos Space Marines making a mistake, I think. Big risk here, engaging the Tyranids. He's going to lose one squad. Yeah, Formagaunt's taking out that squad, and these guys need to run away way quicker than that. This could be really bad if Floyd comes across and tries to finish them off here. Could lose double CSM. Yep, he's going to lose double CSM. That is massive losses for Adila. Holy crap. That could be a terminal mistake. Double CSM down, says Ace of Swords. And lots of pressure on this west side too. And that's going to only invite more pressure, because now the mid player, Ace of Swords, can come over here and really help lock down this VP, and Adila's going to struggle to come back quickly in tier 1. The CSM with Eternal War here for Pibb. Can tell with that those Chaos insignia effects around their weapons there, and the plus icon on their decorator. Raptors in play also for Pibb. A build I like to use quite a lot is Nice Marines into Raptors. Double Termagants with those Toxin Sacks. Yep, all of them have the Toxin Sacks. Floid with single Termagant straight into Warriors, as he likes to use these days quite often. It's a 2-to-1 for the Tyranids. Heretics here trying to fight a power node, but they're getting shot to pieces. Need to run away. There we go. Oh, there is the combi flame. We can tell because his sound effect changes, and he gets that flame decorator on his icon there. Or flame icon on his decorator, I should say. Raffin Alpha managing to get in amongst those Havocs, but now being chased down by the Chaos Lord. There is that crippling poison though. Noise Marine's trying to shoot up a node. Should have been shooting the Barb Strangler instead, I believe. Would have shut it down there. Raptors jumping. Termagants and Hormagaunts should be okay in there. But here comes a Hive Tyrant to even the score. Noise Marine's taking a very strange path to attack. Blocked by these walls. Barb Strangler now getting shots. There's a cacophony to cover the escape. And Pibb not quite able to do what he wanted. The engage was a bit sloppy and he couldn't take down that node. These walls really screwed up his Noise Marines. More Noise Marines over here now from Adila. This is how he's trying to recover. Still has Havocs and Noise Marines. That's not too bad with the combi flamer there, but I need to exert some pressure. This mid here all turning blue. This node is not being decapped, it's being repurchased. I guess those Hormagaunts just ate it, but they didn't cap. Zoanthrope's already hitting the field. And the red Chaos team, none of them have even started going tier 2 yet. Not looking good for the Chaos players. Zoanthrope already up for Ace of Swords. They've done a huge amount of work in these faction wars. They've done so well with those Zoanthrope Tyrant Guard tier 2s. Not having to spend huge amounts of power and having really powerful tier 2s. Nice charge from the Hive Tyrant, just nonchalantly turns around and leaves them. Just exerting some dominance over there. Havoc's getting suppressed, that was pretty annoying. Do we see a Brood Nest? Yes, we do see a Brood Nest behind the Shot Blocker. We might see a Chaos Shrine or two in tier 2 also, behind some Shot Blockers and stuff. What's going on over here? Managing to decap this natural wreck point. Now trying to cap it. Noise Marines doing their thing. Now look at the damage they can do. Double Noise Marines actually would have been really good against Floid. Hive Tyrant can only tie up one of them. And the Hormagaunts could be shot down pretty nicely. Zoanthrope doing its thing. I believe it does 70 damage per shot. But it's psychic PvP, so you get extra damage off that versus heavy and super heavy infantry. I think it does more damage in retail. Nice charge. Really nice charge. Havocs, I think, knew that they weren't going to get into position. Actually retreated before he hit there. Ace of Swords floating from the mid to the west effortlessly. Shooting a crap out of stuff. Level 2 Chaos Lord. Took out one of the Warrior Brood. No, he didn't. Seemed like he did. I thought I saw an explosion. But there's still 3 here. With their adrenal glands. Tyrant Guard on the way for Hiveminion. Tyrant Guard hitting the field right now for Floid. Here it is. Tier 2 finally for Adila and Pibb. Freeman is there but isn't able to get anything out really. He's going for a really heavy tier 1, which is usually good against Tyranids, but he got to do something with it. He's basically fighting 2 players here. Wreck is decapped. Hive Tyrant causing insane amounts of hassle. They've been used really well in these faction wars. That's why we've often seen 2 of them. I believe there's been a total of 7 players used to play as Tyranids in the faction wars. Wanted to keep it as consistent as I could. And I think 2 of those players only played once, I believe. Guxis and Angry Bird, I think, only played one of the games. So the majority of games were by a small contingent of Tyranid players. I have Tyrant charging out of nowhere, catching up to those Noise Marines and tying them up. There is Armor of the Inferno, another good thing to use against Tyranids in general. But they're up against it here. Freeman with Chosen Plague Marines. These guys can be awesome against Tyranids. We'll see how they do. Unique to the Plague Champion, of course, with damage over time power melee weapons. The damage over time is actually heavy melee, I believe, but their initial attacks are power melee. And they have the awesome Nurgle's Rot. Do not have a melee charge, but they are the kings of counter initiation, and they can also lead your line, draw fire, and kind of slowly march, slow and purposefully, into combat. I have Tyrant getting a cap, or at least trying to. So a lot to damage up here, some very noisy sonic blasters, and he is persuaded to leave. But look at those Tyranid rosters. Adila still with just Havocs and Noise Marines. He's in tier 2 though. We'll see if he can get something up. It's a bit too late for Blood Crushers, I think. There's Tyrant Guards around and 3 Zone Thropes around. And we have a Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant for Hiveminion. 108 heavy melee DPS. Attacks very quickly. Attack quicker than you might think looking at the big chunky Hive Tyrant. So it's actually really good in sustained melee fights. Chaos Lord, level 2 now. Runs the hell away though. Been a very disjointed effort from Chaos players so far. Really struggling to get in the field at the same time and do some work. They seem to be taking a hell of a long time to get back into the field. Chaos not really known for their mobility, of course. Tyranids can use their capillary towers that flow across the map like water with teeth. Plague Marines on the field for Pibb to help against the Tyrant Guards, I guess. Do the Raptors have their aspiring champion? They do not right now. Maria Brood losing a couple of models and backing off, but there's still a bunch of stuff in the field, and here comes the Hive Tyrant to tie up those Noise Marines. A constant thorn in the side, these big Hive Tyrants. Level 2 here, and you can't discount the damage of Rending Talon. 75 melee DPS is nothing to sniff at, especially since heavy armor does not get any kind of resistances against. Coming in from the flank again, really good usage of the Rippers from Hiveminion, and here we see the dreaded Chaos autocannons, which could do massive amounts of work for the Chaos players if they're like doubled up or tripled up on this west side. Plague Marines trying to take down that Hive, that Tyrant Guard, I should say, and down it goes. They killed a Tyrant Guard. Well done. But yeah, there's just too many Tyranids. Capillary towers everywhere. Plague Marines, chosen Plague Marines I should say, getting in there, do some work. Drop to muddle, but they've got a bunch of XP. Got some zombies from their Nurgle's Rot ability. But Hive Tyrant kicking their ass there with his Crushing Claw. Is that, yes it is. Synapse Aura for damage from the Raven Alpha with his Corrosive Devourer. Has a really nasty ranged blob now, backed up by ranged Synapse. Does he have... I don't see any Ravener Broods. No, doesn't have a Ravener Brood. But still scary. Raptors on this east side. These guys are not doing anything. Pibb must be watching elsewhere. What is he looking at? He's capping up things. Plague Marines moving out. His Plague Champion coming out. Has Plague Sword, Icon of Nurgle, and Armor of Pestilence. These guys now running away. Did not get any power bash going on. And he just took down a node, I think. West side. Going for the cap is Freeman. Can use the Pestilence Strike. There it is. I think it's an 80% range damage reduction, which is a hell of a lot. Can tank a hell of a lot of range firepower with it, especially when he's trying to cap. And when you have the Mucus Discharge as well to heal you. It looks like he might get a full cap hit. 497 to 101. They've taken 3 VPs off the Tyranids, but they do cap this west side, so they're going to take some more. There's a Noxious Cloud. First one I've noticed. Neurothrope on the field for Hiveminion. Some Mark of Zinc CSM from Freeman here. Just generally very powerful against infantry. Extra damage against the heavy infantry of the Warrior Brood. And Hiveminion knows it, getting off a Barb Strangler shot, then backing away. Might want to take out that Brood Nest. Or at least try to. Ouch. Shot in there from the Neurothrope. Has some pretty weird mechanics to Neurothrope. He doesn't naturally regenerate energy. Needs to use abilities to do it. Absorb life. And some other one. Leech Essence or something. Spirit Leech, that's it. He also can heal himself off of his basic attacks if they hit, which is pretty cool. There's a Carnifex though. Barb Strangler. Bam. It's very, very satisfying to hit heretics with a Barb Strangler shot of a Carnifex. Raptors jumping in. Suppressing stuff. Not able to suppress those warriors do, which is pretty unlucky. Plague Champion chasing down the Tyrant Guard. His Power Sword, or Plague Sword I should say, is able to bypass melee resistance, which is what makes it so powerful. Doing so much damage to that Tyrant Guard there. Look at that. Can he take it out here? Plague Marines getting shots in. Blastmaster getting shots in. These CSM should move out of the way of that Blastmaster. Looks like the Tyrant Guard gets away. Barely. Just over 100 hit points. 436, 101. Chaos do have the 2-to-1 cap hit. Freeman holding on to that west side, but look at those Tyranid rosters. Carnifexes and Neurothropes. Pibb is going tier 3. Adila has tons of red. If he can get to tier 3, and Nuke could be good. Could do a lot of work. Neurothrope's, Zonothrope I should say, saved by its shield. There's another Noxious Cloud. I think that was Pibb's. Something gonna die? No. Everything lives thanks to the Zonothrope and Brood Nest health regen. I don't think they stack though. I don't think Brood Nest... oh, maybe it does. I believe I'm thinking of Tyrant Guard regeneration. I don't think that stacks with anything else when they use their shield wall. Neurothrope on capping duty. Turn a formation, sending Freeman off the field. It's a single cap for the Tyranids here. 407 to 97. Putting pressure on the natural VP of Chaos, having to retake it. More Carnifexes hitting the field. Looking pretty dire for Chaos. Tyranids might have a clean sweep on their hands here. Pibb doing what he can, bashing power, but it's a double cap for the Tyranids. Needs to queue up those commands. Again, he's stopped over here. Jump from the Raptors. Getting in amongst 10 model Hormagaunts, which could be incredibly risky, but here comes the Plague Champion to help out. Look at that Icon of Nurgle doing its thing there. Doesn't sound like a lot of damage, but when it's against every model, 10 piercing damage every 2.5 seconds in radius of 22, it really is pretty cool. 407, 60. Can Freeman take this west side with that Plague Champion using his Pestilence Strike? He's going to save it until he comes under heavy fire. Doesn't want to waste it now. Going after the Hive Tyrant now. Is smelled weakness. Takes him down. Autocannons coming into play. He's got double autocannons on this west side. Doesn't want to bring them closer than that because of the zone thropes and neurothrope and stuff. But now he's trying to cap with Pestilent Strike active. CSM also benefiting from that range damage reduction here, getting some shots in. Should be shooting at those zone thropes, surely. Trying to get it off the field here. Looks like he was happy to shoot up some termagants. And now just retreats the hell out of there because here's a Carnifex in your face with Thornback upgrade. Blastmaster getting shots in, Autocannon getting shots in. Doing a lot of damage as he gets close there. This guy taking the garrison. But here comes a whole bunch of stuff. Barb Strangler Carnifex is going to have a field day with anything in a garrison. Is this thing going to live? Are these Habits going to survive? Are you going to fire Mr. Carnifex? What is he doing? There we go. Smack. No, they're not going to live. And pressure on the mid there from Floyd. He's got two Carnifex with his Barb Stranglers up on the VP. It's a 2-1 for Chaos though, somehow. Tyranids are taking this west side. No, they're not. They're reviving. Raven Alpha going to level to 5, is he? Not quite. Does have Regenerate, making him pretty damn tough. There's an Noxious Cloud on the capping Hormagaunts. Could wipe them all out here. He's going to wipe them out. Down go Hiveminions, Hormagaunts. They did get a decap though. I don't think it's too bothered, to be honest. And I'm back. Sorry about the cut, guys, but Steam servers went down momentarily, which of course kicks you out of replays because that makes sense. Hopefully the cut wasn't too jarring for you. But what have we got going on? We've got loads of Tyranids winning as usual. 366 to 52, 1-1 cap. Tyranids are taking the west side to make it 2-1. Neurothrope, Zone Thrope, Carnifex over here. Where's the Hive Tyrant of Hiveminion though? He's back at base. Crushing Claw at level 2. And they're still putting pressure on red team's natural. Autocannons doing what they can. There's another nuke from Adila. No, it's his first nuke. Has he used one already? No, I don't think so. Warrior Brood able to live. But I think he did wipe out a Termagant Brood. Trying a formation now though on the Blastmaster. That's going to kill it, I believe. Because this one will come up and kill that model. There we go. Double cap for the Tyranids. Swarming all over the place. Bad start for Chaos, wasn't it? That double CSM loss from Adila. Just couldn't recover from that. They kind of needed the Tyranids to mess up at that point, I believe. Lightning Claw Chaos Lord just getting seriously angry with a Capillary Tower. Where it's a double cap. And the Tyranids will do this. They will complete the clean sweep of all of the factions. Well done to the Tyranid players that did it. I believe it was Hiveminion, Ace, Floid, Freeman, Aguxis, Angry Bird. I think that's all of them. I think that's all the players that control Tyranids. Sorry if I missed one. Pibb might have controlled them at some point. And Hiveminion, of course. Did I say that? Maybe I did. Level 5, Ravener Alpha. Had that nasty range blob going. Level 3, Hive Tyrant. Only level 3. And this guy's also level 3. Both got the Crushing Claw. Level 4 Plague Champion did have the Plague Fist and Pestilence. With a Lightning Claw Chaos World up to level 4. And a level 4 Plague Champion for Pibb with the Icon of Nurgle. So Tyranids, having thrashed everyone, will now be retired for a little while. Until they're called upon again to maybe face someone else who's gone on a big run. But the next faction war will be Imperial Guard versus Orcs. So see you for that one. And again, big thank you to all the players for taking part. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.